how to be able to afford anything you want in life by just doing these three things. Hi, my name is Brian Imambaks and I'm the founder of Technovate. And I almost daily get these questions from people. They ask me how I managed to build a business so rapidly without venture capital or taking a loan from the banks. And I'm sure you too would like to know this, right? All right. So today I want to answer this question and I hope it helps you on your journey to success. Are you ready for this? All right, great. So you see, we were taught to think inside of a box. Even I was thinking like that, and this always gave me a horrible feeling inside. My mind was constantly telling me, Brian, this is not what you were meant to be. I'm sure that some of you can are having the same feeling right now, or maybe in the same situation right now. You see, I grew up in a very poor family where my mother was a cleaner at the government office and my father was a tailor. And most of the time, I went to bed without dinner. And this caused me to have a headache, and the constant rumbling of my stomach made me stay up at night and thinking about the situation I was in. And it made me so miserable seeing other kids at school having everything they wanted. They could even buy food and drinks at school and had nice clothes and money to spend on everything else. Many days I cried in my bedroom, which was as hot as a sauna. I I had to take some clothes, some old clothes that was laying around, and tie them on the roof of my home, of my bedroom, and this just to diminish the heat. So can you imagine how hot it was? And that is why I dedicated myself to learning. But this was also a major issue for me because my biggest problem was memorizing my lessons. I I had to read a single line more than 50 times just before I could even memorize it. Um, and if if you ever experience this, you absolutely know what I'm talking about, right? I know a lot of you guys, a lot of kids these days, they have problem memorizing stuff, and this is how I did it. My dream was to pull myself out of poverty, so I could afford to have anything I wanted in life. And one day one day at school, I saw all my friends with sneakers that had the lights back at the shoe back on the shoes when you walked. When you stepped on the shoe, it the lights went on. Man, I'm sure some of you can remember those sneakers, right? So um, it was I was so desperate that I took all my money that I've saved from working at a furniture manufacturing company part time and went to town to just to buy one. I never told my mom and dad that I was going to town that day. It was my first time going alone. Yeah, I walked like I think a half a mile just to take a bus to go to town, and I was scared. I was scared as hell that day, walking alone in downtown Paramaribo, looking for the sneakers in every shop. So, and then I finally found a shop where I saw the sneakers shining and calling me to buy them. Man, I was so happy to see it. I said, "Yes, I can finally buy something I really wanted." As I walked closer and closer to the window of the shop, I saw the price tag of the sneakers. My heart stopped for a moment. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. This can't be true, I said to myself. Why? 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 The price was higher than the amount of money I had. It was like everything was crashing down on me that day. And it was then that a guy walked to me and said, "Hey, I saw you were looking at the shoes. Do you want to buy it?" I said, "Yes, but I don't have enough money to buy it." He smiled and said, "How much do you have?" I told him the amount I had, and he said, "Don't worry, man. I know the owner of the shop and I can let him give you a discount." I could not believe what I was hearing. You can't imagine how happy I was that day. It was like God had sent an angel just to help me. The guy then said, give me the money and I will go inside and get you the sneakers. Well, I gave him all the money I had saved for the past 6 months. He told me to wait in front of the shop and while he would go inside and get the shoes for me. Well, 5 minutes went by. He didn't came out. So I thought, maybe the shop is busy and maybe the owner is busy doing his thing. 15 minutes went by, then 30 minutes, then a full hour went by, and I didn't see him coming out of the shop. I decided to go inside the shop to look for him, and to my surprise, he was nowhere to be found. I couldn't believe this. First, I didn't have enough money to buy the shoes, and now I've lost everything I've worked so hard for the past 6 months. I wanted to cry in that shop, but I didn't want to make a scene. So I ran out of the shop looking for the man, but he was nowhere to be found. I was conned. I went home that day crying the whole night. This world is full of bad people, and I will never trust anyone again. A week went by, and on that Monday, we had a new subject in school about how to make a simple flashlight with some simple materials. It then suddenly hit me. Hey, maybe I can rebuild my sneakers to produce light. That same day, I went home and I didn't go to work after school that day. I took a piece of paper and I started to draw. I started to draw my sneakers on paper and the schematics to build the lights into my shoes. I went looking for materials and I found an old medicine bottle that was laying around, a piece of a wooden clothespin, and an old piece of metal sheet that was laying around, and some Christmas lights that were also laying around. And I also had a pair of 9-volt batteries that was laying around. And with these materials and the subject I learned that day at school, I managed to rebuild my sneakers to produce the light when you stepped on them. And guess what? It worked. It worked. The next day I went to school showing off my creation. Man, the whole school came to me just to see how I did it. Even the teachers came to me to see it. Isn't that cool? Man, it was then I realized that in life you just need these 3 things to succeed. And that is what I want to share with you today. The first thing that you need to do is you need to have a dream. A dream of the thing you really want. Number 2 is you need to have a lot, and I mean a lot of determination. And number 3 is you need to be willing to learn quickly. Right? Okay. Is it okay if I over deliver and give you 5 things? All right, great. So, number 4, you need to use the God-given assets that you have properly. You see, everyone is born with some kind of superpower. You just need to find it. And this you can do by just following your dreams. And stop thinking about people that will tell you cannot do anything or it won't work. Okay, stop thinking about those things. So number 5 is you don't need to be certified to do great things in life. You see, your results or your certification. Let that be clear. Your results or your certifications. So now that you have now that you know what you must do in order to achieve success and what I did to achieve success, in the next video, I will show you the exact strategy you must implement to dream. Say what? How to dream? Is that even possible? Yes. There is a way you can achieve this. And the strategy I will be showing you, you will be able to apply it at any stage of your business and in life. So if you like this video, please share, like, and comment on the one big aha moment you had when you've watched this video, right? I will see you in the next video. Bye.